trying to shake your hand and stab you in the back, where Trump will just
stab you straight up.
Neither one, like neither one. Republicans and Democrats, neither one mean our people no good.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
It's an umbrella.
Yeah, they all evil. No. They're just two different religions, two different faiths.
I was gonna say, and Muslim, that's like
somebody trying to stab me.
Sorry?
If somebody trying to stab me, if somebody trying to teach me something different, like there's no matter.
It's two. All right, listen. Like it's two different gods when you're dealing with Islam.
Trump and Biden, right? So I'm trying to put you as a Christian and
oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean, ultimately they are the same because those are both ways of life that are not based in the truth. They're religions. These religions are false.
I was gonna say, if I may, brother, because the religion of Islam, that's not a nationality. That's something. That's a religion that people follow. Like you can't, like when somebody say what's your nationality.
And that's Christianity, right?
No, but the Christianity, that's not a nationality either. But that's what they were called. But we say we're the Israelites and we practice the laws and commandments of the Hebrew Israelites. That's not a religion. Because that's something only one nation can do. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can be a Muslim. You got Arabs that's Muslims, you got Africans that's Muslims, you got white people that's Muslims. So how is that connected? Because the Lord is dealing with nationality.
Everything you just said, you had those that's Christianity too.
But Christianity is the religion part. This is not Christianity. Christians is what the Hebrew Israelites were called in a derogatory sense. That's what we're saying. We don't say we're Christians, we say we're the Israelites.
Right, that's a nationality.
Like Muslim is not a nationality, Islam is not a nationality. That's a religion. Like that's something that you can join and then not be. You can't be a Hebrew Israelite and then I'm not a Hebrew Israelite no more because that's a bloodline thing.
Right, if you black, you black.
Yeah.
So-called, use that word.
Because Islam ain't come around the world till 600 AD.
Right.
630.
No, I mean, excuse me, Muhammad was like born like 570 AD.
570, yeah.
And 613 AD is when Islam was introduced into the public, to the world, 613 AD. So before that, prior to that, then where's Islam? That's the whole thing. That's a religion that was made. This wasn't made.
And our people didn't really get, well, during the time of the Moors, we got involved, but then it was a glitch from there. Then Wallace Farad, Muhammad really brought that up with Malcolm X. So our people really didn't like fully get into that until like the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah.
But that was a glitch thrown in the game because they knew our people was eventually waking up to this. So they brought Wallace Fraud along, which was a cracker, a devil, and he taught Elijah and Elijah taught Malcolm. But those Muslims, see, our people, as far as Negroes, they wasn't Sunni Muslims at first. They was all part of the Nation of Islam. So, but after Malcolm died, that's when they started going to like Sunnis and stuff like that, digging deeper. But really, our people, they was originally against the system following Malcolm X. And one thing Malcolm X was getting and leading to, if you listen to the Valley of Dry Bones speech, he was telling us that we the people of the book. The book is the Bible, and the people of the book are the Israelites. He was more leaning to that way. So they threw that Islam in the game as a monkey wrench to pull our people astray from finding out who they are.
So when Malcolm X went to Mecca, I believe when he went to Mecca, he came back. He basically was. Huh?
I like good knowledge.
Now, because when Malcolm X went to Mecca and he came back, his whole mind was changed about the whole Black Islam thing. And you gotta remember, that's not made of God. That's of men. So that's why I didn't stand. So where are the Black Muslims now? You know what I'm saying? Where's Islam now? Anybody could be a Muslim. Like anybody can't come into this. This is from heaven. Islam is a man. And I believe in Islam, they said that Muhammad, the angel Gabriel.
You say anybody can't be this.
Nobody can be an Israelite. Like that's a bloodline. That's an actual lineage of forefathers.
Like in other words, you born an Israelite.
Yeah.
Whether you follow it or not, you're born one. Because that, like me, I'm so-called Cuban. I was born Cuban. But come to find out, Cubans are Israelites from the tribe of Manasseh. Like what are you? So-called Black, Hispanic?
I'm just out here living like,
So you don't know your nationality?
I'm black.
All right, you black.
My father's black.
Right. So you are Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Now you might call yourself Muslim, but your bloodline comes
My
from
religion is Muslim.
yeah. But who you are, your race, you might call yourself black. Your actual race is you're Israelite. You're part of the people of the
That's
book.
part of your identity.
Yeah.
Like you can't change your identity. Like a tiger is a tiger. Now if a tiger follow the ways of a monkey, he's just a tiger that follow the ways of a monkey. You know what I'm saying? Or he's a tiger that follow the ways of a giraffe. If a black person, if me and a black woman go to China and have a baby, and that baby grow up and learn Chinese and learn Chinese culture, that baby is not Chinese. That baby is a black person that followed Chinese customs. You know what I'm saying? So you are an Israelite that follow the religion of Islam. That's what it is. Or you could be an Israelite that's a gangbanger. You an Israelite that's blood. You an Israelite that's Crip. You an Israelite that follow Islam. You an Israelite that follow Christianity. But whatever it is, you are who you are. You are an Israelite by your blood, by your nationality. That's what we saying.
And basically, Islam is something that the Lord said not to do, because that's a custom of another nation. That comes from the Arabs. Like, you wouldn't consider yourself an Arab, right? So if you go to Arab country and you talk about shalom and whatever,
Why is that an Arab? Because that's what they taught you.
well, where Islam come from then?
Well, the Pope
No,
made it
I'm not.
up.
Don't try to split on me. You're the Muslim though. You're the Muslim though.
No, what I'm asking you.
You're asking me what?
As a person.
What person what? Where Islam come from?
Yeah, where Islam come from?
The Arabs.
No, well, look, the Pope.
I learned through research.
Listen, bro.
From where?
The Arabs is the face of it, but really it goes back to the Black Pope. Because at the time of the Crusades, if you know about when Muhammad was born, they was fighting over the land of Israel. You had the Christians, you had the Catholics, and you had the Arabs. And what the Catholics did, they wanted control over the Jerusalem from the Arabs, but they didn't want to take it by war, so they took it through religion. So they found a man with influence named Muhammad, and they created a new religion called Islam to get the people to leave out of Jerusalem, but it wound up backfiring on them. That's why even today in Portugal, you got a town called Fatima. Fatima was one of Muhammad's youngest daughters. And what you would say is, why way in Catholic Europe, you got a town called Fatima? Because during those different Crusades war, you had the Muslims and the Catholics going back and forth. And they had actually in Spain, you got an actual city to this day called Fatima. And you be like, how is Fatima in Catholic Europe? Because that's the battle of the Crusades. Now, who did they choose to find Muhammad was Khadijah. Khadijah was a nun from the convent. Now, when you think about this rich woman just meet a camel driver, come on, man. A rich woman just one day bump into this camel driver. That's like Oprah bagging me. You know what I'm saying? That's like I'm just walking about and I'm like, look, I hooked up with Oprah. And y'all be like, you hooked up with Oprah? Like, I'll be like, yo, I ran into Oprah, I got a number. Y'all be like, you ran into Oprah. Because Oprah is not somebody you would just, especially a regular guy like me working, would run into. Khadijah was rich and wealthy. She was of the convent and she was sent after to find Muhammad. She didn't just bump into him and they hooked up. Muhammad was just a regular camel driver. She was a wealthy woman of the convent. And her cousin Ibn Nafal, he was Muhammad's mentor. That's why when you compare Islam to Catholicism, you got in Islam you got the masjid. In Catholicism you got Sunday Mass. In Islam you got the Kaaba stone, Mecca. And Catholic you got what? The Vatican. Islam you got the prayer beads, and Catholic you got the beads too. And Islam, you got the 99 attributes of Allah. And Catholic, you got what? 99 degrees of masonry. They both have similar statutes, characteristics to it. And also, the Arabic comes from the Hebrew. Like the way you say sun in Arabic is ibn. The way you say sun in Hebrew is bun. The way you say peace in Arabic is shalom.
brother.
And the way you say peace in Hebrew is shalom. The way you say brother in Arabic is aki. The way you say brother in Hebrew is ak.
Father.
Yeah, the way you say father in Hebrew is Abba. The way you say father in Arabic is Abu. So basically, Islam is nothing but, you could say they kind of the same, but because Islam came out of the Catholic Church, and it's like basically a watered down Bible. Because all the stories that's in the Quran stem from the Bible. But it has like its own twist on
you
it.
run everything right. I appreciate it.
That's
You're
if you
very
do your research.
You're a very intelligent person.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you for the respect
That's
and
what
you
I want.
being attentive, but still do your own research.
I'm doing
Because
my
a
own
lot of
research.
our people that say Islam, they hear that.
Like the Israelite.
Hold up, brother. I just want to give you respect, though, because a lot of our people that's in Islam, especially Negroes that we experience that's in Islam, and they hear these different facts, they come defensive or sometimes.
No, I'm not offensive.
No, I'm just saying a lot of our people do become defensive or violent, and and they don't actually hear out the different pointers we make it. You actually took time to give ear. And even though you didn't fully go into the research of it, you took it into consideration without getting emotional.
I'm
So
gonna go to my research.
I respect that. I want to shake your hand on that. I respect that.
And I respect you because you ain't stopped. Everything y'all came with it. I respect y'all.
By the way, brother, the brother was trying to hand you a bag because you don't want to be walking around with that
I
on.
understand.
It's just not wise, but it's up to you.
I understand.
We told you.
It's like we live. It's like we live. It's like we live. I'm good. They get me. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right, take care, brother.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. For thou art holy people unto the Lord thy power.
So we're a holy people, man. Everybody walking around the street here that's an Israelite, they were created to be holy, man. They're being holy and being an Israelite should be one. We should live our lives holy. And holy don't mean corny either. Because a lot of people think that to get right with God, you gotta be some damn cornball. Shit, listen, we can turn up just like anybody else. But the difference is you're not gonna invite one of us to your house and your wife be there and we're sitting here checking out your wife. We don't do that. You can trust a spiritual man around your family. Because a spiritual man, I'm not just saying an Israelite either. Because you got a lot of guys that call themselves Israelites that ain't right. Yeah, not all are Israel which are of Israel. But a spiritual man, a real spiritual Israelite, you can trust him around your family.
And possessions too.
And possessions. We know what I'm saying. We not greedy. We're not like the 2/3 of the people out there that are harmful or lustful or selfish or greedy. You about to say something?
I was like 2/3 of our people, as it says in the book of Jude, they have gone after the way of Cain and after the way of Balaam. So they're really in the mindset, like YAHAWASHI said, you're of your father the devil. You know, they learned their ways that they are from Esau, Edom. That's why they were saying, when YAHAWASHI was having that discourse, they were saying that Abraham, we are the seed of Abraham. And he said, what? Yes, I know that Abraham is, you are the seed of Abraham, but your father is who? Esau is the devil. Because you can be the seed of somebody, right? Like, let's say somebody that gets adopted. You can be the seed of who your biological father is, but if you was adopted, the person who raised you, that's who you're going to learn your characteristics from. That's who you're going to learn your ways of living from. And that's 2/3 of our people. Yeah, their seed is of Israel, but their characteristics is of the person that raised them is who? Esau, Edom.
That's why, like, you got this meme that if she does such and such, she belongs to the streets. Just like Israel, if they women wear pants, or if they women wear tight mini skirts or revealing clothes, if their men do drugs, They belong to Esau.
And that's what.
Because the so-called white man, that's who taught us our ways, man.
Didn't Paul say something like you yield yourself servants?
Yeah.
Like
drive-by shootings. We wasn't the first people doing drive-by shootings. What was the Valentine's Day massacre? A drive-by shooting. We learned drive-by shootings from the Italian mobsters, the Sicilians.
That's why Paul was calling the Israelites Greeks. Because the way that they were living like Grecians. Actually, I get that precept from you.
Where did our women learn to be promiscuous from in wearing revealing clothing? From Marilyn Monroe, from Madonna.
I'm about to say Madonna.
Yeah.
Those are original.
We learned.
laws.
Listen, our women was originally not taught to be like these wicked. I'm calling them what they are, whores. Yeah.
Yo, they even know it's bad. See, this society teaches them to embrace it. But if you call them a whore, they'll get offended.
Yeah.
Even if they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you call them bitches, like these degrading terms. Because it's in them already to live better than that.
Yeah.
So when you actually tell them that these titles, now some of them that's super going, they're like, yeah, I'm a bitch. I'm a good bitch too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm the best bitch. So, because this society teaches them to embrace it, but it's naturally in them to feel degraded by these terminologies. They're like, who you calling a hoe? Who you calling a bitch? Even though they actually living up to those terminologies.
Yeah.
But they still naturally get offended by being called that because they royalty.
Like, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Another thing that I'm seeing all over social media is, damn. Oh, back. work related. Like another thing that a lot of these women like to do, they like to post half naked pictures of themselves on social media, and in the caption put "Judge your mama." So you know you're doing wrong if you're gonna put "Judge your mama." You know, because let's keep it real. You know, the fact that you're saying "Judge your mama," that means you're posting something you know you're gonna get judged about.
And they trying to
Take over,
it's called shaming language. They trying to shame you. Like, listen, your mother's a black woman, so if you judging me, you gotta judge your mother, so you can't say nothing to me. Right? So it's like the way to deflect it. Eve used that to start an argument, to counter an argument, or to win an argument. They would shame you. Like, they would say, like, they will call you a real man. A real man would do this. A real man won't do this. A real man won't do this. So, and we know, they know we suffer from like having fathers or being told, or we try to live up to masculinity as much as possible. So they tell you, oh, if you was a real man, you would do this. Or if you was a real man, you wouldn't do this. Well, my question is this: how come everything what a real man is a benefit to your ass? You know? And they can feel bad, like, oh, I could do that, and that's how they control you by trying to shame you, man. That's like Deuteronomy 23:17. There shall not be no whores of the daughters of Israel.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 23, verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughter of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. I'll read it again. Deuteronomy 23, verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. So you don't want our people to know that there shouldn't be whores and sodomites.
And they going right there, so around this box now. But
Deuteronomy 23, verse 17. For there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
right. So, because what amongst our nation, we are royal people. Like, we supposed to have wives and mothers. That's it. Because you got 3 classifications of women. You got wives, you got concubines, and you got prostitutes, harlots. You know, but the Israelite woman, she's supposed to be on the top of that. Because listen, how you a royal man and you walking out with a cop? That's a shame on your character, man. Imagine Barack Obama walk out of the White House with Michelle Obama with Daisy Dukes on, with fucking a belly shirt on, with fucking belly piercings and shit like that. That'd be a shame on Barack Obama. You know? Like, yo, you the president and everything, like, yo, what's up? You the girl. And she's like, yeah, I'm Michelle, what's good, baby? And she coming out like Nicki Minaj or one of them. That's a disgrace. Yo, even these businessmen, when they go on business meetings, they would bring like their wives a lot of times. They wouldn't bring like the cute girlfriend because a lot of times they would embarrass them. Right, because a lot of times when you go on, you could blow a business deal by having the wrong, and she ain't even gotta look, say nothing. She could just look like trash. And somebody's like, nah, that's his wife? They're like, yeah, that's his wife. They're like, you know what? We're just gonna just back out. We don't want to do business with a casa. We don't want to do business with a casa. They're gonna back out. Because what, your wife is a representative of you. You know? Your woman is a representative for you, man. So that's why Jake like to be careful of who they call their friends, because niggas are clowns. Oh, that dude right there, as soon as you say yeah, they're gonna be like, you a fool, you a sucker ass thing.
You wiped her?
What I do? What I do? So you try to get them to put you deep or whatever? Yo, so and such paid up last week to blow off my granddad. Oh shit. You be like, oh, and you wiped her. You know what I'm saying? So that's a great embarrassment to you when your woman of your nation or your wife and your mothers are whores. Because men hate whores. It's just the lust part of them that deal with them. Like the sexual part. But deep in their mind, they like, especially dealing with your nation, because it's like, yo, you're supposed to be the mothers and wives of our nation. You know? You're supposed to be birthing our daughters and raising them up.
I figured if you
So you whore, that's why a lot of times after you deal with the whore or whatever, a lot of men, they get disgusted with it. They're like, man, get out of here. They kick them out. You know what I'm saying? They get agitated with it. Because especially the ones of your nation, they ain't supposed to be doing that shit. And the sodomite part speaks for itself. That's self-explanatory. You ready to close out? Yeah. All right. So with that, we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. And double honors to the apostles and elders, to the brothers doing the work, to the sisters that was listening, being edified in the church. And with that, hope that was edifying. Till next time, Lord willing, Shalom.